Not sure if any of y'all know this, but aside from making legendary open-world RPGs, Bethesda makes some pretty good first-person shooters. And when I say good, I don't mean Call of Duty, yeah, the guns sound pretty cool, good. I mean, I'm humanity's last hope, and I am not stopping until I run out of breath or bullets. Kinda good. Yes, Bethesda's Fallout and Skyrim are crazy good games on their own, and they have some pretty good combat in there too.
Watch it.
But Doom's gameplay and soundtrack is iconic for a reason. But this isn't a video about Doom. Doom already has the praise and recognition it deserves. The only thing I feel deserves more attention is how good Doom 2016's multiplayer was. And what a shame that it got cut in the sequel. But that's a topic for a different video. What I do want to take the time to talk about today is Wolfenstein: The New Order. If Doom is the cool and edgy younger brother, Wolfenstein is the mature and thoughtful older one. Yeah, they both have great gory combat, but Doom's combat is angry in nature and is meant to feel like a dark solo crusade against unknown horrors. It's a fun gore-fest power fantasy. Wolfenstein, yeah, is very gory and action heavy, but it dials back the power fantasy a bit and tells a more serious story. You are still a very powerful one-man army, but you're still just one soldier. And you're not fighting demons, you're fighting
Nazi scum.
I know World War II first-person shooter isn't anything new and it's been a cliche topic that has been done to death, but no exaggeration. Wolfenstein: The New Order is one of the best first-person shooters I've ever played, and I know anyone that gives this game a try will instantly get hooked and lose themselves in the campaign. Because while it may not have demons and over-the-top gore, it has a lot of character and charm to it that can't be found in any other game. Even picking your difficulty has a bit of spice to it. The hardest option has a very cool battle-hardened version of the main character, and the easiest difficulty is called Can I Play Daddy? And has him wearing a little baby outfit and it calls you spineless if you pick it. I like to think it's a way of calling out pathetic video game journalists that can't even make it past the tutorial level, but still say they're qualified to review games. Shout out to anyone that remembers the Cuphead controversy. But enough about the introduction. What's the actual game about? In Wolfenstein: The New Order, you are BJ Blazkowicz, a muscled-up hunk on his way to the last mission before the end of the war begins. This mission is a plain and simple one. Fly to the secret Nazi base, infiltrate the castle, and eliminate General Deathshed. The first mission immediately makes Wolfenstein stand out from any other FPS you've ever played. Now, the initial minutes do drag on because the game does have to teach you how to move and interact with the world, but once you land and pick up your guns, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Wolfenstein. This gameplay is such a breath of fresh air. Every gamer has heard the play your way, go in guns blazing and leave no witnesses, or go in stealth and pick them off one by one. The choice is yours kind of advertisement. But Wolfenstein is actually designed from the ground up with this in mind, and it implements it so well. In this game, you can silently take out everyone, and this may be the preferable option if you're playing on the hardest mode. Or you can take cover behind anything and shoot tactically until everyone is gone. Or you can even just eat all the medkits you find, overcharge your health, pull 2 assault rifles out of your ass, and hope one of your bullets hits something. But no matter what your preferred playstyle is, I highly recommend you give all the different options a try because of all the cool things you'll unlock in the perk tree. The perks here are actually useful and most of them are not just boring percentage upgrades. By picking the right options, you can silently take out the commander so he can't call for backup, then put an assault rifle in each hand and blow the rest of his troops away. The game includes this lean mechanic, which allows you to turn basically any spot into cover. Yeah, you can't just take cover behind anything chest high, and if you see a white arrow, you will automatically peek out when you aim down sights. But by pressing the lean button, you plant yourself in a spot and can then adjust your position down to the smallest degree. If there's any angle that you need to land a shot, the lean mechanic lets you do it, and it feels satisfying every time. This type of aiming feels very intuitive, and it feels very great to land shots and then quickly get back into cover. The amazing combat is definitely one of the reasons you'll probably binge this game in one sitting. The other reason, of course, is because this game has one of the best World War II centered stories ever put in a video game.
Death at the gates again. Howling my name. Can't greet you today. I have a war to win.
Usually games like this feel like a bit of a historical reenactment, but as y'all can tell by some of the enemies I've shown, yeah, this game is not going for historical accuracy.
You put a Nazi on the moon. Fuck you, moon.
But because it's not constrained by realism, it creates some of the most unique and interesting circumstances, and you'll really want to see where the story goes. Without spoiling too much, you really hate all the villains in this game. Yeah, they're Nazis, so already you kinda don't like them, but while the game does start off a bit generic, it does quickly take the story up another notch by making it personal. You see these two guys? This is Private Wyatt, and this is Pilot Fergus. Fergus is your partner and a very charming Scotsman. He's funny and never loses his sarcastic sense of humor, even when under extreme stress.
Get empty, you dust tube! Reload, for fuck's sake! Yes, sir! Oh, we'll be having a nice nap and a cup of tea till you get here, Glasgow.
And Wyatt is as lovable a newbie as they come. Motivated by nothing more than to do the right thing, he left his cushy spot at Harvard College to fight for the greater good. You quickly take him under your wing and do your best to keep him in his right mind.
We're getting murdered out here. Listen to me, Fergus. If this mission fails, we lose you.
Both of these guys are some of the best allies you can ever hope for in any situation. But then Death's Head makes you choose. I won't elaborate further because you need to experience for yourself how quickly this game pulls the rug out from under you. And it doesn't stop there. The game introduces very intense scenes, and you'll subconsciously hold your breath as you wait to see what happens. And every time, it gets more and more personal. You'll want to get to the ending, and you definitely want to see if Blazkowicz is able to fulfill his mission. And by the time you reach the end, I promise you will feel the game's story had just as much impact as the dual-wielding rocket launchers. Wolfenstein: The New Order is an 8 out of 10 game. It's a unique shooter that stands out against anything in its genre, but it does have very little replay value, and being almost a decade old now, its cracks are starting to show, but it is still a must-play, and I'm glad I finally got around to taking it out of my backlog. I paid $20 for it back in my college days, but lucky for you guys, all you need is a Game Pass subscription to download it. That Bethesda merger really worked out in the favor of a lot of Xbox owners. And now that they're in talks of owning Blizzard, on second thought, maybe the community's gonna be okay.
There's nothing that's more difficult for me than disappointing the Xbox community. I've been a part of it for a long time. I obviously